Thanks for making time to chat with me today.
Hell yeah. You were my last interview of the week, actually. So this is like the after the second rest. So I'm looking
Good.
forward to having a good last conversation.
Yeah, hopefully so. I saw you share online that you were tired or some fumbling your words in the video. I guess you
Yeah,
probably have a
I
lot of
was
PR stuff right now.
yeah, I was doing the ads for the upcoming headline tour
Yeah.
and that took me 2 days and I'm tired of reading a script, but I'm fine now.
Yeah, good. I bet. Are y'all back in Sweden now? Or
Yes.
what time is it there?
It's 8:15 p.m.
Wow, okay. I was like, we have a big time difference. Yeah, I'm in Texas, so it's 1:15, so we're about 8 hours difference or
Yeah.
7 hours.
It's
Awesome.
like the time difference over there, like touring the US is always like kind of daunting when it comes to like keeping in
Hmm.
touch with family and friends and stuff.
Oh, I
Uh,
bet.
but we like learned how to figure out where like what times actually work. So like your time now is the great for like talking to friends and stuff over here just because like it's right before bedtime.
Yeah. Yep. So you're kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm super excited to hear the rest of Void. It comes out October 31st, I think.
Yes.
Awesome. I have a few questions about the album for you, I guess. Can dive right in.
Hell yeah.
So let's see. Void has been described as the boldest chapter yet. Can you talk about that concept behind the album and like what kind of universe you wanted to create for your listeners?
We to start off with like coming from corporation, which was like kind of the breakthrough point of the band where people actually started recognizing the band.
Mhm.
Both with looking at like how that reaction from that album went and how the sound that we really enjoy was created on that album. We wanted to evolve from that sound and not change it that
Yeah.
much. So like we work with the same producer, Vojta from Czech Republic. And he's been with me every time I come up with these weird ideas. He's always so good at just translating them into music. And my like my view of Void was I wanted to make something more grand, something more massive. And I'm not talking about a breakdown, but like the actual song, each song, and especially like looking at the whole album from afar, being like something more bigger and grand, and adding a lot more soundscapes than just guitars, bass, and drums and vocals, and making it feel like a journey rather than a normal metalcore song.
I think that's like the favorite part of your music for me is like the cinematic feeling with all of the additional sounds. I don't know all of the technical terms for it, but I really enjoy it.
I'm a huge Hans Zimmer nerd, and like he scores for all the mu like the films he does is magical every single time. So trying to incorporate what he's doing for his films, but into metalcore, which is it's still like a very far, like the worlds are very far apart still,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's the mindset and creating again like the grand part of it. I think we're doing a good job with it. I'm very happy with how the songs are turning out.
Yeah, I think so. Keep it up. I like it. What does the void represent to you personally, and how do you hope that your fans will interpret it?
So writing Void, I've had a lot of people close to me passing away through the past years. It's family members, it's pets, it's friends. And Void for me is like my music outlet is always like my psychiatrists. Like
Mm.
I'm putting down my thoughts, and Void is my way of expressing both, fear, sadness, and especially acceptance, I would say, and realizing that life goes on and you kind of have to learn to live with the loss and don't try to fill the holes that the loss has created.
Yeah.
So the whole album is my thoughts about loss. I would say that's like the big headliner of what
Mhm.
it should be for me.
Yeah. Um, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, no worries.
I was just thinking like for me as just like a listener, I don't even pay attention to what the words are. I would probably have to look up the lyrics to know for a lot of these metal songs. But the
Yeah,
feelings, like I think that everyone can relate to it without even knowing what you're saying because of the feelings that it evokes, you know?
yeah.
Or
And that's like that's what I want it to be like because
yeah.
me myself like I always deep dive into lyrics and like I'm not writing a lyric being like I'm sad today because
Hmm.
that wouldn't translate in the sense that I want everyone to take something to themselves or from themselves and kind of figure out what the song is to them, not what it was to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the perfect way of looking at it. Like you didn't really study it, you just felt it. And I think that's a big check mark for me that you actually just enjoyed it and didn't like
Hmm.
overthink it, but you still felt the feeling that I'm trying to
Yeah.
portray.
Yeah, exactly. The kids and I were in the car listening to some music the other day, and my kids were like, but if you don't, they heard the lyrics, it was like really clear lyrics for that song, and they knew that I didn't agree with some of the perspectives from the song. And they're like, but why are you rocking out to it? I'm like, because it makes me
Yeah.
feel like I could feel something and I'm enjoying it. Even
Yeah.
if like I don't resonate with the lyrics, I can still, really resonate with the music. And so music makes us feel whether we, you know, agree with exactly what they're saying or not, and still an enjoyable experience. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's the very, like a very correct way to listen to music. Like, of course, like if it's not very political in that sense,
Mhm.
then of course you can stay away from some certain bands or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, if there's just something that you don't really feel and you don't like feel what I'm feeling, that's super fine. Just as long as you enjoy the music, then I'm very happy with that outcome too.
Good. Good. We can agree on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, out of the singles you've released so far from Void, we've got Delirium, Father, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Storm Ablaze, Evermore, and I think you have another one, right? World's Pulse, I believe.
World's Pulse. Yes, that was the latest single.
Which one do you feel best represents the emotional core of Void? Maybe for you or just in general for the album?
I think like just representing it, I would say World's Pulse because it really has that huge vibe around it. I've never had that question before. I always have like which one is your favorite?
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's a very good question. I think World's Pulse because that gives me the most vibe for what I want the full album to be like. But then like I really love Evermore. Like how the chorus is on that one. It's very
Hmm.
falsetto, it's very floaty, and it's like something we've never tried before. So like the majority of the songs are new stuff for us, and
Yeah.
I think it's a very for us it's scary and interesting and fun. And I hope that like that kind of reflects to the listener as well and being like, hey, they actually did something out of the comfort zone and
Hmm.
it hopefully worked out.
Yeah. I like that they all have like a similar vibe to it, but that they stand out on their own because sometimes in like the metal industry, you can listen to an album and enjoy it, but all the songs kind of blend together with
Yeah.
like the same sound. And then when you're driving along listening, you're like, I don't know if I'm still on the same song or if I'm three
Yeah.
songs down by now. I like that they all have like their distinct characteristics to each of the songs so far.
I think that's very, very important and it weighs very heavy to do something like that. Like if you look at like old school metalcore where they had an acoustic song in the album and they had like more like strings and organs and stuff like that because like the old school way of looking at metalcore was way different and it was more contrast in a record and nowadays it's just like this is our sound, we have to do every single song like this. And yeah, I think it's a cool thing to kind of throw people off when they're listening because they
Yeah.
might just listen to a band just because of one song, but then they
Mhm.
find another favorite just because they happen upon it, and it doesn't sound at all like the other ones, but it works because it's something new.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Okay. Did you, going off my notes here, did y'all play these, most of these songs on your recent tour when y'all were in the US? I feel like I heard a lot of them in Dallas when I saw you guys.
We played Delirium because we opened the set with that one. We played
Okay.
Father,
I knew
and
I heard Father, yeah.
yeah. I think that was because that was like the second single we released from this album cycle. So that one was on the set list very like I think it was on the tour before this one as well.
Yeah, that one,
Um,
November, I think, of
yeah.
2024. Yeah.
And we had Storm Ablaze
You did, okay.
on
So
the set. So
not
like
not
the
Evermore.
songs that we released like pretty much like a month apart. Those
Okay.
songs were on the set list pretty from the start.
Yeah. Not Evermore though.
Not Evermore. I
Okay.
wanted it.
I thought I heard that one live.
I wanted to release Evermore way faster than we did, but our team told me no. And
Yeah.
and I was really sad because I
It
really want to
happened.
play that song live. That's why I'm very excited for the Europe
Yeah.
headliner because we actually play it and rehearsing that song is so
Okay.
much fun because it's a new song to me as well.
Yeah. That's coming up too, right? November. You guys are
Yep.
starting the European tour.
Yep.
I'm glad you got a little break, hopefully, to
Yeah,
relax.
we got the like a month and a half from the last tour and then now doing this and then we have a little break and then we're actually coming back to the States. So we have like small breaks in between, but we're trying to be out as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it, us fans and listeners.
No,
Appreciate all the work y'all do. I know
no,
it's probably not easy.
no, it's a lot, and like for some tours that has been like up to 6, 7, 8 months or weeks. It's we're very used to the 4 week kind of schedule because that's like the usual one. But for some reason, the tours we've been on the last few times have been up to 8 weeks, and it's the last 3 weeks of that run is usually just autopilot. Just
Yeah.
it's always fun, of course, but like you're on the road constantly. You're hanging out with the same people for days. Like it's a lot,
Yeah. I bet. I can't imagine.
but it's fun. It's very fun.
Good. Um, let's see. Okay, so you guys have had a really big year for 25. You had your tour in the US with what Make Them Suffer and Thousand Below, I believe.
Yep.
And then you had some festivals, I believe mostly in Europe.
Only Europe this year.
Only
Yeah.
Europe. Yeah, I didn't think I saw you guys here. What moment stands out for you the most? And then maybe like generally speaking for the band. You have like a biggest moment or favorite moment that came to mind?
I think so. We've always been bigger everywhere else, but in Sweden.
That was one of my
Been like
questions
that.
too that I was wondering.
Yeah. We're always kind of scared playing Sweden just because yeah, I don't know, like Sweden is a very sleepy country when it comes to metal. It used to be very good, and then like a few years b before the pandemic, it all went downhill. And
Mhm.
I'm one of them. I don't remember the last time I went to a show. And
Yeah.
when I'm at a show, I'm at the far back with my arms crossed. That's like I'm one of those that you don't really want to see at a show. Um, but we played a Sweden Rock Festival, which is one of the biggest, or it is the biggest like metal rock festival in Sweden. And I remember because we were walking towards our stage, we were playing, and it was a band before us, and I think it was like it was a tent, and that I think it filled like 5,000 people. So I was walking through it and was like maybe 60, 70 people watching that band. And I just got this huge hole in my stomach. And I was like, oh, this is Sweden. Like, it's never going to work out. I went on to do some interviews and I came back. So I never saw like if there was a crowd or not for us. But when we went up, I think we had more than half of the tent filled up. And by the like halfway point of our set, it was full. And that was just magical because you really don't believe that's going to happen in Sweden, or we don't, at least for some reason we just don't like playing at home.
That's
But
fun.
that was really, really cool to see that we actually pulled so many people over here. And I think that's like both for me and for the band, that was like it was something clicked, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but then like the whole tour with Thousand Below, we saw so many people that have been to other shows in the US, and they, you know, a lot of people are saying that they're coming for us.
Hmm.
And looking at that and how like during this small amount of time, we've gotten a very true fan base over there that actually come to every single time we're over there.
Hmm.
That's very heavy for us. It's so cool, and we're so grateful for every single one who actually wants to buy tickets just to see us. And that,
Yeah.
yeah, we want to focus a lot more on the US, and I think that's the right thing to do because people like their or they like us over there, and here at home, it's not the same thing. And we really like the food in the US too. So um, doing like Pan Express and stuff is a
Yeah.
lot.
So you don't mind being on the road here, with all the food.
No, I mean I should be. So I had to make myself a promise last tour because I really like the are the cookies called like Ahoy or something?
Uh-huh, Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. Um, the every single tour I've been crazy about those cookies, and I started gaining a lot of weight, just because of the cookies, because I could down
Mhm.
one box every 3 days or something. Yeah, I really love cookies. So the last tour I had to tell myself not to, and that included some of the fast food stuff too, because it's so
Yeah.
good. But I'm actually starting to be like my physics are hurting from it, so I can't do that to myself.
Yeah. Well, we now know to send you cookies for your birthday.
Yes, please.
Sneak them. I don't know the
Just a
custom
small box
laws.
though. Don't
Okay.
send me like the family one.
Not the big size.
Yeah, no, it's
That's funny. That's kind of like the backwards experience for the US tours. They are always talking about when they get to their hometown show, like that's like their big thing, and all of their
yeah.
family and friends come, it's like a big show for them. So that's interesting that it's kind of a little bit of the opposite for you guys in Sweden in
Yeah,
general.
because that's like every single tour when we've had American bands, they're always, like you're saying, so excited to be home. And like
Yeah,
every time we play Gothenburg or Stockholm, it's always like, th this isn't it. Like, it's not like we get s such a better hype. But then again, like, it's Swedish people. We are very drawn back. And
yeah,
like, we don't go to shows if it's not a Friday or a Saturday. We're very like restricted in that sense.
yeah,
We like our homes a lot here in
yeah.
Sweden.
Homebodies for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Before we move on from the tour, did you have a moment? I don't know. I love tour stories, so something funny or a horrible story or a great story, just anything you wanted to share from tour that stood out. Like I love hearing those random stories from van life and all of that.
Um, I like,
We already heard your cookie addiction.
yeah, that's
That's
my bad
probably.
experience. Um, no, we for some reason every time we stop at Walmart, our a few people from our team usually goes to the toy section and they buy
Hmm.
things. And they found like these horns, like old bicycle horns.
Oh no.
That was horrible because they like never stopped
Oh
honking them.
my gosh.
I have so many videos, and the thing is that like they found them so hilarious just by
Uh,
the sound of it. So I could wake up with them honking that fucking horn
that
and
would drive me
laughing their asses
crazy.
off just because of the noise. And like there is no drugs involved, there's no alcohol involved. They're just
Yeah.
having so much fun about a noise. And I was during that tour, I think it was the Make Them Suffer tour. I was sick for like a week and a half. I was not in the mood. But like now looking back at those videos, it's super funny because like it's hilarious how they can react to that. But
Yeah.
they always find the weird shit at the kids section at Walmart.
Yeah. Definitely
Uh,
makes the memories
yeah.
later, but in
But
the
then again, like we
moment,
went to like
it's not funny.
yeah. No, but we went to like the Red Forest National Park, I think it's
Okay.
called.
Okay.
Um, where they filmed like the early Star Wars movies and like
Mhm.
just walking there, being like, "Holy shit, this is where they did it." Like
Mhm.
stuff like that is so cool as well.
That is
But
cool.
that's more just like breathing something in rather than being
Yeah.
woken up in a horrible way.
Yeah. That's good that you guys sneak those little moments in though,
It's good for
amongst
the
all the work.
soul to
Yeah.
actually be in nature. Yeah.
Definitely. So fans were first asked to join the corporation during the last album cycle, and now you're inviting them into the void. How intentional are these themes in creating a community around Aviana?
Very intentional. Join the corporation is still gonna be there because we're still in that kind of world. The whole idea between firstly corporation and like the start of this whole era with the masks and the outfits and that whole niche was to create three albums within this niche. And we're still in it, and corporation is the first part of it. Void is the uh, let's say the transformation part of it. So we're traveling through the void,
Okay.
and then we're gonna end up somewhere else. Um, which sounds so like this is the end. It's not the end, but there's a bigger picture for like these two albums now and the third one as well. Um, I don't know how much I can say about it without giving it like actually like spoiling it. Uh, but
Well,
yeah,
that
like
helps.
the
That was,
corporation world is still there.
yeah.
And the void is the next step, but we're just not gonna let go of corporation
Okay.
because Aviana is, I guess, the umbrella, and then we have the corporation underneath that. Now we have void underneath it as well.
Okay. Well, that answered a few of my questions. So
Oh, hell yeah.
there we go. Do you guys have any special plans for the album release?
Um, Not really. We have to prep for a the headliner tour, so it's and we all live in different cities, so like we don't really meet up that often until we actually have to.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna buy a bottle of champagne and be happy about this release. I mean, it's been 3 years coming, almost four
Yeah.
years coming. So it's about time to release it.
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited for you. I hope you and your girlfriend and puppy enjoy the evening in together celebrating.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I'm guessing it's gonna be very chill because
Yeah,
I'm almost 32. I can't be partying anymore. My body can't handle it.
I'm with you. Um, well, I think this brings us to our last question. How do you want fans to feel after listening to Void?
Mm, that's a very good question. Well, I want them to want to listen to it again. Like actually go back and feel it again, I would say, because like the fun part with Void being so big is that there's so many details surrounding it that you kind of have to listen again because
Yeah.
to actually hear them or find them. But yeah, I want them to f kind of feel like they want more. And I
Hmm.
think just by like looking at the full length of Void being, it's a very short album.
Hmm.
And I think that that's the part that's gonna kind of let like make someone feel like I didn't get enough. I need to
Hmm.
go back and I need to understand it. Um, but yeah, I want them to feel empty is such a horrible word. But I would like if you look at a good movie and
Yeah.
it ends, you know that feeling when
Hmm.
you want it a bit more, but you like you have to be enough or it has to be enough with what you got. I
Yeah.
want that feeling to be what someone feels at the end of the album.
Okay. Yeah. I can relate to that with books. I don't really watch movies, but when you get to the end
It's
of
the
a
same
book
with
and
books,
you're like,
yeah.
I cannot wait until next year. So just can't.
Yeah,
What am I going to do? And
exactly.
then you contemplate reading it again or
Yeah.
finding
And I
something else to satisfy.
yeah, this tour actually was the first time in a very long time I picked up a book and I
Oh.
actually fell back in love with it just to kind of turn my brain off and just live in another world for a while. Because it's usually just playing games. So
Hmm.
actually
Hmm.
put that aside and read a book and it was it's a good thing. I think the
Nice.
majority of us now actually are reading.
Yeah, that's cool. I just got into using my son's Nintendo Switch and now I'm like, okay, I haven't played video games since I was like 6, but this is pretty cool. And I feel like
Yeah.
I've progressed past the point where you just press buttons and hope that you don't die. I feel like I'm actually like kind of learning, know what I'm doing a little bit.
Deep down.
So that is a
Yeah.
fun hobby. And it's nice to have more than one hobby so that reading is not
It is.
my only thing that I do. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time and chatting with us. I look forward to hearing the rest of the album. I already have that feeling after 5 songs, so I
Awesome.
know I know I'm excited to hear the rest.
Yeah.
But say hi to the rest of the band for us.
Yes.
Fear, Death, and Dark, right?
Yes.
Good. Well, say hi to them, and I just really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today. So
Thank
thank
you for
you.
having me.